a goodbye. We love you. We will be back in some form. So have a good life. We will see you soon. In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States. My fellow citizens, America's comeback starts right now.
Donald Trump was found guilty of felony charges for his role in covering up a hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels.
The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it.
Pennsylvania today, the law enforcement officials have said that the former president was quickly pulled away by the Secret Service agents, and his campaign team now say that he's doing fine.
Thank you very much. Wow. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Now, this message that you're about to listen to, I'm encouraging you to listen to it very, very closely. This is Donald Trump, not even sending a warning. He's letting you know he has an action plan and he's about to put in place to end the deep state. Check it out.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all. And corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they're doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible. Third, we will totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. So many judges have seen so many applications that they know were wrong, or at least they must have known. They do nothing about it. They're lied to. Fourth, to expose the hoaxes and abuses of power that have been tearing our country apart, we will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption, and there are plenty of them. Fifth, we will launch a major crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. When possible, we will press criminal charges. Sixth, we will make every inspector general's office independent and physically separated from the departments they oversee so they do not become the protectors of the deep state. Seventh, I will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor our intelligence agencies to ensure they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people.
Come on,
or that
Trump.
They are not spying on someone's campaign like they spied on my campaign. Eighth, we will continue the effort launched by the Trump administration to move parts of the sprawling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside the Washington swamp. Just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado, as many as 100,000 government positions could be moved out, and I mean immediately, of Washington to places filled with patriots who love America, and they really do love America. Ninth, I will work to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate. So they deal with these companies and they regulate these companies, and then they want to take jobs from these companies. Doesn't work that way. Such a public display cannot go on, and it's taking place all the time, like with Big Pharma. Finally, I will push a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. This is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people and for the people. Thank you very much.
Come on, Trump. Man, I ain't gonna lie, watching that video just got me amped up. I feel like we are waiting for January as if we're waiting on like a boxing match or like an Olympic event, or, you know, you get it. It's just that big of a deal, you know. It's even bigger than all of those things. This is the president. He said he wanted to immediately reissue his 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats. Yeah, and I will wield that power very aggressively. We don't need nobody in there that don't need to be in there, or giving nobody advice that don't need to be giving no advice. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? We need to go and get, you see what happened. You see what's happening with Jack Smith? He said second, he gonna clean out all the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, which he definitely has to do so, because I mean, come on now, you seen what just happened to him. You got so many people out here claiming that his assassination was fake. Third, he want to totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt, and the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. So many judges have seen so many applications that they know that they were wrong, or at least they must have known. Yeah, and something has to be done about that for sure. Fourth, we want to expose all the hoaxes and abuses of power that has been tearing our country apart. Imagine if we get a White House Files saga. You remember how the X-Files came out on Twitter when Elon, bought Twitter? Yeah, I wonder what the White House Files will look like. We'll probably see Hunter laptop and everything in it. Well, yeah, we've already seen that, right? But yeah, I'm pretty sure we found out a whole lot. Then it's a whole lot of stuff I'm not sure if I want to know. We'll leave that at that. It says that he will crack down on government leakers who collude with fake news. Yes, please. Because I'm so tired of people talking to me in sound bites. I'm so tired of wasting my energy trying to explain to people in great detail why I support policy or, Donald Trump, just for them to dismiss it as, you really think he's going to do all that? Man, I can't wait for him to get up in there. It says he will make every inspector general's office independent, physically separating them from the departments they oversee so they do not become, yes. Do I really need to expand on that? I don't know. He will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor intelligence agencies. Yes, because I'm tired of saying something and never looking it up on my phone whatsoever, and it pop up. Like, even on a political scale, for real. He will continue this effort to launch by the Trump administration to move parts of the spiraling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside of the Washington swamp. Just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado, as many as 100,000 government positions can be moved out, and I mean immediately out of Washington, to places filled with patriots who love America. Obviously said all these things word for word, but me reading it helps me create my response to it, because it's so much. But yeah, I think that'd be a great idea, to be able to just not have everything in just one location where everybody can congregate secretly, and things don't have to really be outsourced, and everything can be controlled and manipulated in-house. Whereas if everything is separated, if you have government agencies in this state, in this state, in that state, it's going to be very hard for them to collude with each other on a basis, right? And then on top of that, being that these agencies are in different places, man, there's a different level of, how do I say this? Department loyalty, rather. think maybe like, you know have somebody in Colorado who don't agree with somebody in Washington, basically, versus somebody in Washington who don't agree with somebody in Washington who they can just go to somebody else and get that person to agree. We'll just leave it at that. Ninth, he said he want to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate. So they deal with these companies and they regulate these companies, and then they want to take jobs from the companies. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Finally, he will push the constitutional amendment to oppose term limits to members of Congress, because, man, we got way too many people up there that we don't need up there at all. Now, let's read a few comments, y'all. Need to dismantle MSM first. Man, I love this. And to the low vibrational people, they're gonna look at this and go, oh my God, he said he's gonna do this and do this and do that. Like, yo, bro, he's trying to clean the swamp and put the government back in the hands of the people. But I do agree, he needs to go and get rid of the MSNBSs and all that. The last point, which should be the first point, limiting congressional terms. Yes, please, 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 dear Lord, let this happen. Someone wrote, and this, my friends, is why we elect the GOAT, the legendary Donald J. Trump to be POTUS. I've never heard him being called the GOAT. You know what I mean? Never. It's fitting. I can't tell if I'm laughing or crying at this point. Is this really real? Do I get an America I was told about as a kid? That's what it seems like.
So Trump gets elected president. Hamas calls to end the war. Bitcoin shoots to the highest it's ever been. The stock market shoots to the sky in record numbers. And then Vladimir Putin says he's ready for negotiations to end the war in Ukraine. He hasn't even stepped in office yet. But yet he's racist, and Kamala Harris is ready to do change when she's been there for 4 years with Biden. And this is why I just get annoyed with people that are fake politicians and just go off social media. Oh, let me guess, he's racist, but he used to date black models and dated one publicly. I got it. Got it.
That's all I be saying to people. I be like, just use your common sense. Let's use your thinking cap, okay? Seriously, use your thinking cap, man. Every time I talk to somebody about Trump, it's always, he's racist, he's a Marxist, he's sexist, and, the RAP word, whatever. And I be sitting back and he's a felon. And I'm like, look, your daddy probably a felon. Your mama still accepting him. Come on, now. And then on top of that, ain't we the same people advocating for felons to be able to have a second chance? Come on, now. Don't be a contradiction. Quit playing, now. Then on top of that, yeah, man, he got all of this stuff transpiring and he ain't even stepped into office yet, bro. Putin called, hey, man, we ready to negotiate, dog. Her mom, they like, hey, yeah, we ready to cease fire. Like, what? Man. And not only that, let's make America pray again. It's something that's never stopped, but man, it means a whole lot more today.
Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country. All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion. Religion is so important. It's so missing, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back strong, just like our country is going to come back strong. In the end, we do not answer to bureaucrats in Washington. We answer to God in heaven. Christians are under siege. We must protect content that is pro-God. We love God, and we have to protect anything that is pro-God. We must defend God in the public square and not allow the media or the left-wing groups to silence, censor, or discriminate against us. We have to bring Christianity back into our lives and back into what will be again a great nation. And I think you all should get a copy of God Bless the USA Bible now and help spread our Christian values with others. There you have it. Let's make America pray again. God bless you, and God bless the USA.
America, I'm just happy we have opportunity right now to take our country back. It's real.